These are just wolves, right? Yeah. I have no quarrel with you, O noblest of beasts, including the one that is currently directly behind us. Are you gonna lose interest eventually? We're gonna run out of stamina. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't really seem like the physical combat type. Gaunter. He's more the psychological warfare, tricking you into accepting one of his pacts, and in doing so, dooming you. What? Hold on. What? Oh, the custom marker. It's like, why are we... This is clearly not the right way. I thought we made ourselves go into one of the closest fast travel spots, and then I saw us running by a different fast travel spot. Then I saw the water, and I was like, no, definitely not right. Is this something? Random deserter? I guess we can quickly pry you. Also, apparently we left some loot here. Who knows how long ago? We'll check it out in just a second. I'm curious. Probably a situation in which we had too much stuff and we just dropped this. Random Novigrad longsword. Probably fought one of those bandits previously and we're like, that's some pretty trash loot. We don't really need it. So we just won't pick it up because we don't have the inventory space to handle it. Yeah, just gonna ask where we ran off to. Yeah, I was following the wrong marker, as it turns out. As it turns out, that was not the way we were supposed to go. What is this? Private help. Presumably the doings of one of those wolves we saw previously. So, I know we went in the opposite direction, but I think we're getting close now. Yeah, because I vaguely remember that these caverns were on a hill. Sounded like something big there, but it might have just been a bear. It's not so interesting. I mean, we've been here before, right? So, not expecting to run into anything super new, unless it's tied specifically to this quest, which I believe we are about to find in this cavern. So let's save. And have we read up on this yet? Let's see. So with Shawnee's help, Geralt managed to enter the academy grounds and speak to a Professor Shakestock, who had earlier helped Olgierd in his attempts to break the pact with Master Mir. The professor revealed that Odim could be cheated. One needed only propose a wager, and then, as an inveterate gambler, he was largely to agree to take one up on it. Now I think we also got some updates on some of those key characters. I mean, we got the professor, which I think we get the general idea of him, but more so talking about if we got any updates on Olgierd, or I think we definitely did on Master Mir. That's probably worth giving a quick read before we get into this situation, because this is the type of time when we could use just about all the information we can get, because, like we were just saying, don't think this is going to be much of a battle of strength as much as this is a battle of wits. Now the Witcher was on the verge of bringing the pact between Olgierd and Master Mir to completion. Did this mean everything would soon be as it once was? I mean, some things that are going to be irreversible. Iris is dead. Geralt was not so sure. One question kept nagging him. What was that something very personal Gaunter intended to collect from Olgierd? Yeah, I think we have seen that. That is his heart. I think we have pretty much figured that out. Saw the glowing eyes for a second. I was like, what the heck was that? But no, those are just the black dog and cat they were hanging out with Virus? No, Iris. Different thing. We want see under G for Gaunter or M for Master Mirror? Probably went right by him. What is he actually under? Not Master Mirror. G for Gaunter? There he is. Okay. So, we know about the wedding. Geralt came away from his meeting with Professor Shakestock knowing of a way to outwit Proud Fox, Master Mirror. The demonic pact maker could be lured into a wager, win it, and he would be defeated once and for all. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm expecting to find ourselves in right now, is some very elaborate wager or series of wagers that are going to be a test of our mental acuity, perhaps more so than our physical or combat strength. So here goes nothing. Good luck, mushrooms. We want precisely 3 of them, of course. And apparently off to the right. I think this is the place where we ran into those guys who were trapped here, trying to run away from the wyverns previously. Alright. It's the spot. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the ominously dropping down thing. I mean, we also can't really see much of anything. Okay, there we go. Nice. Yeah, it's got that ominous glow off in the distance there. Not usually a good sign. Not usually a good sign. Down there? Around the corner? Or is it up higher? Up higher looks like a way out. Because it is. Yeah, like this is where all the wyvern nests actually were. Okay. Hold on. Other piece of loot that we... oh, it's a skull. But again, something that we probably got months ago. And decided not to actually take. It's funny. But not necessary for us to take now. Like, we are definitely going this way. You know, just follow the creepy little lanterns down the winding path. Where the music changes. Where is this guy? Actually, though, he's at the temple. But is it not actually in this cave system? Maybe it's not. Oh, we have not been here. We've not been here. This is new to us. That kind is giving me the big satanic ritual circle vibes. You know, like the dramatic statues on the perimeter. You know, not so inclined to just waltz on. Yeah, like that's exactly where we're supposed to go. It's right in the middle of it. And of course, it's now full moon, midnight, or something like that. Because why not?
Strange choice of locale. Guessing there's a reason for it.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's true. Aren't we, like, technically kind of sort of manipulating Olgierd into coming here? It was not his decision to come to this location. Yeah, what was the... oh, man. What's the rationale for this specific spot? Catering to your love of the arts, not my choice. This place is as good as any. Maybe just take the neutral option here. Just go with that.
Wasn't me who chose it.
I assumed so.
Yeah.
But since we're here, I believe you have something for me.
Mm-hmm.
Fulfilled the third wish.
How do I know this to be the rose? Very well might have picked this up at the Oxenfurt market an hour ago.
Look closely at it. Got it from Iris. It was the last thing that bound her to this world.
What?
Yup. It's true. Which, well, that's probably not going to make you terribly happy, because if, as we were saying before, your whole reason for having done this deal in the first place was to get back with Iris, you know, her not being here and alive anymore, probably is a bit of a deal breaker for you. So, you know, you maybe wanted to think a little bit more about that request. But, yeah. Didn't want to exist anymore. It is also a token of her love. Ooh. I don't know about this part, though. I mean, this is factually correct, but I suppose this is too. I mean, I forget what her exact message was. I mean, this was sort of my primary takeaway. Was like, it's almost a form of mercy. But maybe we try to keep this one positive, because I think here, you know, obviously we're expecting to go into this confrontation with Gaunter, and it's going to be a tricky one. I think we could use all the help we can get, and having a slightly more positive and more inclined to help us Olgierd, probably something we'd like to have, rather than, you know, saying, this is a form of punishment, and having two enemies rather than just one. Probably not a situation we want to put ourselves in. Let's try this.
I think she loved you. Meant this as a token of that love.
She loved me. After all that's passed. Iris. What a mess we made of it all. If I'd only known then how it would end. What's happening? I feel as though a hot iron's pierced my chest.
Yeah, he's trying to take your heart. No big deal. Either turning to stone or undoing that.
Kept you waiting.
Hey, Gaunter, how goes it, man? What an entrance.
See everyone's plight. How do you feel, Von Emmerich? A little less troubled? Lighter in the heart?
Or dim? What do you want?
Your heart.
What do you mean, what? Your
Slash soul.
You forget. The pact states you can take it only once you fulfill 3 wishes,
And we stand together on the moon. Well, what do you know?
Not a coincidence, this location.
What? No. We had a pact. The moon is there. There! Not here.
I gave you what you wished for. Here, on the moon, our contract you fulfilled.
Awesome. You cheated me.
I never cheat.
I think we help Olgierd here.
Wait.
Do not interfere, Witcher. Remember what I did to the last fool who interrupted me.
It's not wrong.
Grant wishes, right? Grant mine and release him.
He must repay his debt.
Let him go, and I'll take it on. We'll call it mine.
Then we try to get
You wish to
Gaunter.
give your soul for his?
No. but we can play for them. I lose, you take mine and Olgierd's. But if I win, you release us both.
Exactly.
What do you propose we play? Gwent?
Why not?
Don't know. Maybe we can bet on a challenge. You know I'm good at accomplishing the impossible. Seen me do it.
Very well. But we shall do this my way.
Okay.
What's happening?
You wish to play, so let us play. I shall tell you a riddle. Solve it, and both you and Olgierd will be free.
And if I don't?
Not so lucky in that case.
We go for a wild ride. It's what you proposed, is it not?
The riddle. Let me hear it.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna be timed on it?
To
I hope
all
not.
things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and disdained. Fondle me and ogle me till you're insane, but no blow can harm me, cause me pain. Children delight in me, elders take fright, fair maids rejoice and spin.
I actually have no idea.
Cry and I weep, yawn and I sleep, smile and I shall grin.
Oh, I know what it is.
What was that supposed to be?
You tell me,
A mirror.
what am I?
Repeat it one more time. I think I know. I think it's a mirror or something like that. But now that I have that suspicion in mind, I want to double check that with what he said. Now, is he going to be willing to repeat the riddle? Or is he like, no, 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 that was not part of the deal? I could potentially see him doing something like that, but hopefully he will.
Didn't quite catch the riddle. Mind repeating it?
To all things and men I appertain, and yet
Everything
by
has a
some
reflection.
am shunned and disdained.
But some don't want to see it.
Fondle and ogle me till you're insane.
Get all caught up in
No
what you look
blow
like.
can harm me, cause me pain.
But you're a mirror, so you don't actually exist
Children
or have
delight in me,
feelings.
elders take fright.
Children like it.
Fair maids
Elders
rejoice
don't like it
and
because they
spin.
don't like their old withered form. And
Cry
maids
and I weep.
like it if they look good.
Yawn and I sleep. Smile and I too
This is what
shall
told me.
grin.
Smile and I too shall grin. Your reflection. That was the most telling thing. And then obviously he's Master Mirror, so like it thematically makes sense that he would use that. But sure, let's give it a try.
You're going down.
We shall
You're
see,
going
my
down.
friend. You must find me before the sand
Oh,
and the hourglass
What?
runs out.
That's not the riddle.
Ready?
What?
Let's begin.
Now we're playing hide and seek? How does this work? This is not what we agreed to. Also, where's the sand in the hourglass? I feel like this was not what I signed up for. Then again, that is, you know, kind of your whole deal. This is gonna fall to our death. Yeah, that was not the place where you're supposed to go. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much. Yeah. So, you know, here I was kind of like, well, I mean, it can't just be a riddle and only a riddle, right? But then I was like, all right, well, where does this whole, like, find me thing come from? That came totally out of the blue. Like, kind of strange. But, sure. Yeah, and also it's like, there's no forewarning at all. It's just like, okay, now I thought we were about to answer the riddle, and it's like, no, now you're trying to play hide and seek. What? Yeah, but also can't find the riddle, just die. Can I go through here? Or is the the answer to the riddle actually where you find him. Is that it?
What is this place?
Ah, okay.
You like it?
we
Plenty
just, like,
more where it came from.
Running through here,
Just
basically.
remember, you must find me before time runs
Am I
out.
just following this path? Am I actually running the, you know, search more obscure locations? I feel like I just basically, you know, like, go straight down. Creepy singing. Is it the same song the children were singing before?
Don't leave me here. Help me.
Now there's gonna be a bunch of people that he's gonna try to distract us with a whole bunch of things, right? Gonna, like, tempt us.
Help. Geralt, save me.
That.
Shawnee, hang on, I'm coming.
It's not actually Shawnee, or maybe it is. I don't know. Yep, it's not. I mean, I knew it was a trick,
Believe you fell for that.
but I mostly just wanted to see, you know, like, if anything for us to do with you up there. I don't remember if this is the direction I came from or not, which is a little bit concerning. I hope it isn't. I hope we're not just backtracking right now. But, more specters that I do not particularly feel the need to or interest to fight. We can avoid them. Oh, we can't jump when we are fighting, so we actually need to kill you. You're big. Wow. Look like the Hive. For what it's worth. Also, for what it's worth, we should probably, like, put on oils and whatnot to speed up the process, but mostly just want to do this because this looks promising.
What is it about swords that turns men into utter fools when they see one for the taste?
Okay.
Through howling winds, pouring rain.
We got something out of that. Obviously, we can't use a map. That would be kind of cheating. But yeah, the problem is, like,
Which
just
reminds me,
knowing where I came from.
time
Really
is
helpful.
running out.
Because I feel as though there's certainly the chance that I'm accidentally doubling back at some point in time. Basically just, like, following the red lights.
Children delight in me, elders take fright. Fair maids rejoice and spin. Children and young folk like swings. Could be scary to old folk too.
I don't know about that.
Doesn't fit the other verses though. To all things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and disdained. Fondle and ogle me till you're insane.
Oh, awful.
Blow can harm
You're
all
doing
cause me pain.
terribly.
What could that be?
I mean, I see that, but
Please give up. As I see it, you will never find me.
looking for a mirror. Can I go in here? Down here. This is it. This is absolutely it.
Mirror. So this is where you're hiding.
Yep. Oh, that was supposed to be it. This? Ah, okay.
Come now.
That nearly killed us,
Didn't
for the record.
expect it to be that easy, did you?
Okay, you're gonna keep on moving the target. There are a bunch of them as well. One here. Can we get to it? No.
Point for me.
Was one over there. Starting to run out of time. I did not see
Care to wager on it?
another one though. I don't know. Oh, all the lights. All the lights.
I'll still get you.
So you say, yet I wait and wait and nothing.
Gotta be some mirror here you won't shatter.
Down here.
Seek and ye shall
Where? Ah, up here.
Wonder how you'll shatter a sheet of water.
Wait, what did Geralt just say? What did Geralt just say? I missed that. Geralt just said something about, like, wonder if they'll shatter. Like, is there something specifically that we need to do in order to make it so that the mirrors that we find don't shatter? Or is it just find X number of mirrors, and then once you find that one, you'll eventually find what you need? Yeah, like, wonder how you'll shatter a sheet of water? Is that supposed to mean, like, hey, if... Ah, so yes, go to the water. Okay, gotcha. How, though? Slash where? Where do we find water? Not down there. Not there either. Try going up here. I'm not sure we did. This one is going to shatter. Where do we actually get to water? Here. Oh, there's nothing in it! Mean! Something to interact with?
Rushing water behind this wall. Break
Ah.
down the wall and the water will rush through here.
There we go. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Oh, hello.
Be gone. You've lost.
Got him?
So, any better?
Yeah, thanks. Wine's revived me a bit.
This plonk could revive a corpse. An exquisitely rank vintage. You know what, though? It's good at last to taste something real.
Hey.
So, have at it. Tell me what the blazes just happened. Your brand's gone.
Ah.
Guessing that's a good sign.
Okay. So, I think in doing that, we answered it. Well, I mean, like I said, I knew the answer to the riddle, but it was more so the question of chasing him down, and in doing so, finding him in the location. I guess we have beaten him in full, potentially. So, why don't you tell us what it's like to have the heart of stone first? Live the life of the Ravenette song.
First off, you tell me what it's like to have a heart of stone.
It's wonderful at the start. You feel no fear, no angst.
Yeah, and I am glad that we ultimately
But
did find a way
also
to
no
make it happen.
concern.
Get into water and
No
whatnot.
care for anyone, not even those you loved. And gradually, you lose them. Well, you know how it ended.
What about your senses? Taste, smell?
All there. At first, I savoured the world like never before. It was stronger, more clear.
How's that possible?
I did not wish for a heart of stone. That was a mere side effect. I wished to win back Iris's hand and have my fortune restored. And then to live like there was no tomorrow.
Live like no
And
tomorrow
thus
was
I
the immortal
lived
part.
until-
Okay.
Until I ceased to feel anything at all. What a joy to be done with it. Because I am done, right? Will you tell me what happened?
So, let's see. We won. That's all that matters. No, I think we give him the this. This sounds like the the like, hey, it's not important, you don't need to know type of answer. Whereas this is like the, all right, we're letting you in on the details type of answer. And I think we want to go that route. So let's tell them the full
Oh, damn,
game.
decided to have some fun at my expense. Devised a game I was supposed to lose. Seems he'd forgotten the training you put me through in doing the undoable.
So only to protect myself. In doing so, I put you in harm's way. Forgive me.
Well, don't have to worry about him anymore. You're safe and free.
I thank you. Though I've no notion what to do with this freedom now.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. It's like, you know, all that for Iris now. Iris isn't here.
Everything I loved, all I held dear.
Not true. Got your heart back.
That is true.
A bitter victory. Now at last I sense how much I've lost. I've a heart again. Yet all it feels is grief, sadness, and defeat. My life is a ruin.
Not necessarily. You've got time. You have time to learn from your experiences, to grow as a person in a way that you were not previously able to do when you had a heart of stone and were unfeeling and callous and had no ability to grow as a person because you had no interest, no desire to do so. You were immortal. You had no reason to do any to. Well, you were sort of on your own. You were in your own little world, and had no reason to step outside of that world and interact with other people as if you were a fellow person yourself. You lived in your own little bubble, and now you're back to reality. True, I don't envy you. Now, don't worry. You'll figure it out. Time will heal many of those wounds.
You've handled tougher situations. You'll figure this one out. Got a company of faithful comrades waiting. Got a home, your fortune.
No. I cannot live as I did before.
So what'll you do?
Already learning. It's a good
I
sign.
don't know. But one thing's clear. It's time I took fate into my own hands. Lived life anew. And truly, this time.
See? He's already
Sounds like
learned
a
so
plan.
much.
I'll never forget what you did for me, Witcher. I have something for you.
Be careful.
Can't accept this.
You can, and must. This sabre's been in my family for generations. Even when I'd lost all else, it remained at my side. Means a great deal to me.
All the more reason why I can't take it.
Do me the honor. This'll mark the start of my new life. And such a weapon could be right useful to you.
Thank you.
Ow!
Sorry.
Oh. Does it heal? No. He's no longer immortal.
You needn't be. I thank you again, Geralt. And good luck on the path.
Good luck to you too.
And yes, I did notice the sword's name was Iris, which is also fitting. And that is it for Hearts of Stone. We've done it. And so I don't know if these are like technically the same credits as what we saw in the base game. They may be, but so of course, obviously we've completed the base game. We've now completed Hearts of Stone. Next on the list would be Blood and Wine. Now we did see there were some additional, actually, not only just like cutscenes, but credits at the end of the base game. So probably gonna skip this these credits here and see if there's anything else for us to do that's directly tied still to Hearts of Stone. If not, then of course we will get back into things for Blood and Wine soon, which will be the final of the DLCs, which from what I understand is actually quite a bit bigger than Hearts of Stone was, so we'll see how that plays out. But let's see if there's anything after these credits first. Okay, we get updates on the characters. And quest completed, whatever a man soweth. Now, I am curious to see if there's just anything else around here, but maybe first, let's read up our final entries on Olgierd and on Master Mirror, or listed as Gaunter, as we've recently learned. Let's see what this says at the end. So, Geralt soon discovered that Professor Shakelock's words were true. Master Mirror could indeed be defeated at his own game. Geralt made a bet with him, wagering everything in one battle of wits, and won. By solving Master Mirror's riddle, he drove the demon from our dimension, though I fear he may yet return. His kind always returns. Yeah, that was part of the reason why I wasn't entirely sure what to make of it when we appeared to have, found him and beaten him. Did we really beat him? Because it felt like, if he is truthfully evil incarnate, as it seemed at least one person was saying, then, can such an entity really be quote-unquote defeated? Because, that feels like it's kind of a fundamental component of the world. And so I was kind of thinking to myself, like, are we done here? Or is there going to be some other layer where, he comes back with a vengeance and we have more things that we need to do? Seemed like that could have potentially been the case, but it does appear, based on how Hearts of Stone is now over, that that is the end of things with Gaunter. Let's see, though, on Olgierd's side, what it says about him. My guess would be that it talks a little bit about how things concluded and how he's tried to start a bit of a new life. So, once Geralt realized Master Mirror was playing for the highest of stakes, Olgierd von Evert's soul, he decided he could not sit idly by. Yeah, we had that option of just letting him take Olgierd's, I guess, just like letting him take Olgierd's sword. Maybe sword, but soul. And things presumably would have played out very, very differently had we allowed that to happen. He decided he could not sit idly by. Instead, he found a way to cheat the demonic being and win Olgierd back his soul. Free him from his pact and his heart restored. Free from his pact and his heart restored, Olgierd thanked Geralt and gave him his sword, a souvenir which had been in his family for generations, then walked off into the sunset. Okay. Let's take a look at said sword here. Like I was noting before, it is called Iris, which I think is fitting. Here it is. It is level 37, so it's a higher level and higher damage than the Caretaker Spade, which is fitting, because Caretaker Spade we did get from Hearts of Stone quest, and it was obviously earlier on in the process than Iris was. So, better damage. Weapon charges with energy during combat. When its color changes to red, a strong attack will release this energy in an extra powerful strike at the cost of part of the attacker's vitality. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So it charges up, and then once it reaches full power, you get a big attack, but you have to spend life to use it. In some ways, it's almost like the opposite of the spade. I mean, I'm curious how much life that is that you lose, and then there's at least one potion that allows you to leech life back based on how much damage you deal. And so that immediately comes to mind, makes me think like, okay, could you make it such that if that potion is active, you're leeching back all the life that you'd be losing in the process. Of course, be interesting to see. You'd have to know more specifically how the numbers line up, but let's at least see what it looks like here. It is, yeah, that sort of, that same saber-like shape that we saw him with that sword with earlier. It does look good. I'm eager to test it out, of course. Now let's see what else there is in this area. Because there could very well be other valuable loot. I mean, I have to imagine nothing anywhere near on the same level as this sword. But potentially some other cool stuffs. And there was also the whole aspect of in the is that just, oh, I mean, please don't tell me that Olgierd just like went here and was like, okay, I'm done. Fortunately, I don't think I see any signs of that. But there was that aspect of, at least at one point in time, we went in through the world or the dimension that Master Mir had us in, and then we found that sword, and then he was mocking us like, ah ha ha ha, anytime you put out the swords, then you always distract the people from their primary objectives and waste their time, and gotcha. And so, to some extent, like, did we actually get that weapon, or was it actually just an item from that alternate reality that didn't really carry over? It was a Viper, which are venomous silver sword. It was this one. It's good. It's very good. Wow. So it's level 39, which is the highest base damage weapon that we've gotten thus far. And tons of hard side intensity. Love that critical hit damage bonus, and decent crit chance as well. Chance to poison, bonus experience for monsters. I think we're using this sword. I think we're probably using this sword. This is pretty sweet here. It does mean we're losing the enchantments that we got from the rune right with our previous sword. But as we were saying at the time when we did that, we were, for the most part, just testing the water a little bit with that, seeing what it would be like to do that, and not necessarily going all out, spending all of our monies on fully enchanting all of our gear. Instead, we were saying, let's wait until we get our next round of gear, and then at that point, maybe we'll focus on upgrading it. And so this feline silver sword, we may opt to give the rune right, or have the rune right enchant this. But yeah, I wonder if there are perhaps other types of opportunities, kind of like that that sword, where if you do go out of your way and explore more of the obscure corners of that area, oh well, didn't need that. If you do explore some of the more obscure corners of that area, then might you find other rare, valuable items like that sword that we might have missed out on? Quite possibly. And then it's just a matter of, you know, weighing the danger of running out of time versus the benefit of getting those rare and valuable items. I really thought we were going to fall and take a ton of damage there. This is not the easiest of places to see. We were, I think, using that potion here previously. Feels kind of necessary here as well. But yeah, I think, you know, definitely some other possible outcomes there. You know, like I said, the big one just being like, what if we just didn't try to intervene and just let Master Mir attack Olgierd? Then presumably things would have happened very differently. What else? What if we had sort of given Olgierd a different speech at the end? And what if the other big thing I think would be the outcome with Iris, where we did take the rose, and in doing so, basically wiped her from this plane of existence. And so, I imagine there's maybe a way to actually make it so that it's possible to get those two back together, Olgierd and Iris. But it would, of course, require that you don't take the rose or find some really creative way to have Iris still live, even after you do take the rose. If you don't take the rose, then you need to find some other way to satisfy that that wish that Olgierd had. And obviously, having not taken that approach, I don't know what the answer to that would be. But those are all interesting possibilities to consider. Think about what might have happened had we gone a slightly different route. And I think the answer is that things could have worked out very, very differently. Also, I'm just totally wandering randomly, in case you're wondering. Yeah, just gonna reflect a bit. But then, ooh, decent stuff here. In fact, perhaps. Oh, we were here previously. Yeah. I was gonna say this does look vaguely familiar. But let's see, lost my train of thought a little bit there. But oh, so what am I getting at? What I'm getting at is, I think I like the outcome that we got there, but at the same time, I don't have a great sense of what the other possible outcomes could have been. Like I said, I speculate that perhaps it would be possible to get Iris and Olgierd back together, but maybe not. Maybe if you do so, you can't actually complete the deal, and so you need to find some other way to make that happen. Maybe there's some consequences of that. But certainly, like, siding with Olgierd rather than Gaunter, I think, definitely like that we successfully did that, and did in fact defeat Gaunter, of course. Don't know if, like, if you don't solve his riddle in time, if you actually, like, get some other more permanent form of game over, or if it's just like, okay, try again. Kind of like when we, accidentally jumped off the side. But then we were able to go back. There only money and jewels and stuffs might have been some of the other things. I mean, that makes sense. But that would be one of the things. So that's very much what happened to Olgierd, right? He fell to that temptation, and Gaunter took advantage of him for that reason. And that's basically why he was mocking us. But obviously, we did have enough time to get the sword and still complete it, so I think nice. Best of both worlds in that sense. Is this a random bandit? It is in fact a random bandit. Shall we try out the new sword? This is Iris. Curious how long it takes for it to power up. We need to land hits, right, in order for it to happen. And it's when it glows bright red that's going to happen. But these bandits are so weak that, well, that might not give us enough time. Also, they're all gonna run away, then maybe we're gonna have to wait for a future occasion to make that all happen. But yeah, that being said, I think that means, I mean, there's not, where did we end up? Kimbold Way, we went further south? Okay. I don't think there's really anything else for us to do to wrap things up on Blood and Wine, because we made sure that we finished everything else around here in this general Blood and, or rather, Hearts of Stone. We finished everything in this area in terms of side quests and in terms of just random encounters in this Hearts of Stone area, so I think you're right. I think that means we are now approaching Blood and Wine territory.